Hey everyone, it is tea time with the diva. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're going to get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Will Smith. Now, Will Smith, he had success with his Bad Boys 4 movie. He proved to people that although someone may try to cancel you, if you stay the course, okay? Keep your eyes focused on the prize. You will get back depending upon what you did in the good graces of the people. Now, these days, not too many people go to the movie theaters. Ever since COVID and the streaming online, people really don't go to the movie theaters like that. So Will Smith got butts in the seats at the movie theaters, okay? So, all the world cares about is making money. You could probably be the worst person in the world, but if you have a product that sells and is making a company money, they will excuse your horrible behavior until they can no longer excuse it, aka Diddy. Okay, so a lot of people knew about his horrible behavior, but they excused it. So they helped create a whole monster, and they had to until they could no longer not excuse it. That's when they said, "Oh my God, he's a monster. We're dropping him from this brand, that brand, that brand, that brand, that brand, and whatever." Right? So back to Will Smith. Will Smith, because of his Bad Boy success, now he wants the Oscar Academy to reconsider, his 10-year ban. Is it too much too soon? Should they reconsider? Now, I thought it was excessive, in the first place. I thought 10 years was way too much, especially when you got people in Hollywood that did way worse than Will Smith and never got banned. Most of those people that sit in those seats at those award shows are predators, allegedly, abusers, allegedly, and all kinds of other things, allegedly. But yet, they still get dressed up, sit in those seats, and win awards. So why did Will Smith get such a harsh punishment? Well, I guess it goes back to that saying of, 10 people can be doing the same thing wrong, but when you get caught, you're the one that's going to have to suffer the consequences, you and you alone. Let's go ahead and get right into this story. So Will Smith begs Oscar bosses to let him back into the academy after a 10-year ban for Chris Rock slap. Will Smith Will Smith has a big hit on his hands with comeback movie Bad Boys 4, which he's hoping will win him a reprieve with Oscar bosses and see his 10-year ban for slapping Chris Rock in 2022 cut early. Will's defenders are always reminding people that, with respect to the slap, Will apologize in no uncertain terms, but more importantly, Will is selling tickets and putting butts in the seats at a time when the whole business is struggling, a source exclusively tells In Touch. This counts for a lot. Just ask Will's old pal Tom Cruise. Nobody was bringing up Scientology when Tom Cruise was filling cinemas week after week. 2 years ago, the Top Gun Maverick, Will is a sinner, but sinners can be forgiven, and he's driving a lot of business right now against all odds. The insider continues. What's standing his way? Well, there are still people in the academy who think Will should have been arrested for what he did. Yikes. The big change this summer is that fans have spoken and they want Will to keep being a movie star. That's huge. And Will is using that as his rocket fuel to get back into the good graces of the academy, which has more black members than ever before, the source explains. The I Am Legend star 55 infamously stormed on the stage during the 94th Academy Awards on March 27, 2022, and slapped presenter Chris Rock. He made a joke about Will's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, bald head. Jada 52 suffers from the hair loss condition alopecia and appeared to lean over and say something to her husband prior to him attacking Chris 59. After returning to his seat, Will yelled to the comedian, "Keep my wife's name out of your effing mouth." Whew. The incident ruined what turned out to be the biggest night of the star's career as he went on to win the Best Oscar for King Richard. In his tearful acceptance speech, Will did not mention his controversial slap from earlier in the evening. Another obstacle is that Chris Rock is rightfully still very upset about the incident, and he's a beloved Academy insider, the source says about Will's ban. The moment everybody is waiting for Chris and Will to publicly and genuinely bury the hatchet. That's going to give the Academy the confidence to revisit their decision to ban Will from the Oscars for 10 years. Listen, I don't know if Will and Chris Rock will ever have a sit down, but I do think that is the catalyst that will begin the conversation. And I think before that happens, that 10 years is going to stick. Will resigned from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences on April 1st, 2022, saying he would accept whatever consequences came his way, along with an apology to Chris and others affected. The list of those I have hurt is long and includes Chris, his family, many of my dear friends and loved ones, all those in attendance and global attendances at home, Smith wrote. I betrayed the trust of the Academy. I deprived other nominees and winners of their opportunity to celebrate and be celebrated for their extraordinary work. I'm heartbroken, Will wrote in a statement. He added, I want to put the focus back on those who deserve attention for their achievements and allow the Academy to get back to the incredible work it does to support creativity and artistry in film. On April 8, 2022, the Academy announced Will be banned from all its events, virtually or in person. Now, how would they know if this man is watching virtually? Come on now, people, stop. For 10 years as a punishment for slapping Chris at the Oscars, we want to express our deep gratitude to Mr. Rock for maintaining his composure under extraordinary circumstances. We also want to thank our hosts, nominees, presenters, and winners for their poise and grace during our telecast. The Academy said in a statement after the Board of Governors' decisions. It continued, the action we are taking today in response to Will Smith's behavior is a step toward a larger goal of protecting the safety of our performers and guests and restoring trust in the Academy. We also hope this can begin a time of healing and restoration for all involved and impacted. Ooh, I can say this. The hard part about this situation is not just about Will, it's about Chris Rock, who he did slap, right? So, no pun intended, but if they cut this ban short or lighten the punishment, it's going to be another slap in the face to Chris Rock. So, unless Chris Rock sits down with Will Smith and they hash things out, I do feel that the Academy cannot even begin to consider shortening its ban because it would be an insult to Chris Rock. So I don't know, guys. Chat with me in the comments and let me know your thoughts. Do you think just because Will got seats in the theaters with his new movie Bad Boys 4 that they should consider cutting down his ban, or do you think they should wait until Chris Rock and Will Smith, hash things out and then consider, maybe lessening the ban? Or do you think a punishment is a punishment? They said 10 years. He got to wait his 10 years out. Now, listen, let's do this. There are criminals that get maybe a 10-year sentence with the option of parole after serving 5 years. Should we do something like that with this ban? All right, say Will Smith after 5 years, you seem to be, good. You're not going around town slapping anybody. So we'll take you off of, the ban and put you on probation. And you can start to come back to events. But if you act a fool as you start coming back while you're on probation, you're going to have to serve out the rest of your sentence. I don't know, guys. Chat with me and let me know your thoughts. Listen, if you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget, guys, hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next video.